So we're back within the kitchen. I'm Alex, and right over here next to me is Lance.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Doing good. What's up with you?
Cool.
Get to start.
Yeah. So a lot happened this week.
A lot of stuff, but I mean, we're only gonna talk about a few things.
Yeah.
There was a lot happening this week.
Yeah. All right. So let's jump into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Fantasy
football.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Fantasy. Okay. Well, I didn't do too well this last week. It was literally first week, and I lost. It's all good. It's my first run. I felt like there were a lot of pretty much rookie mistakes that I did. First off, leaving them injured players there, and I never traded them.
I mean, you're still facing the draft consequences right now because you drafted them.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a fallout right now.
Just started off bad.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Newton did pretty well. I mean, at least from what I can see, it's 11 points, 11.82 points. Running back, 4.3 points. McCoy, Hyde got me 14 points. Someone that I thought did really well for me was Gronkowski, my tight end, which gave me 17 points. I'm not really too sure how many points tight ends usually give you, but I was like, hey, that's good. Like, if anything, I think like that kind of gave me like a fighting chance against my opponent, which was Xavier.
The Patriots had a good game. Xavier did score the highest points of the entire fantasy league last week, so you were up against a pretty tough opponent.
Yeah.
But
I
for you to score 88 points still with the team you had a decent outing. I mean, who was your D scorers? Who was your running back, your receiver? LaShawn McCoy. Yeah, I mean, they kind of warned you about that one. And then, Carlos Hyde's been real good for you though. He just scored 21 points. 21 point something points, yeah. On Thursday for you, scored 14 last week.
Yeah,
it's the 49ers, but you got consistency going on with that running back there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was kind of excited about that for this week. Hopefully this week will come out better, but I do know I need to do some changes here and there. Yeah,
you definitely need to start requesting some trades and dropping those those injured reserve players.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Voodoo got my fantasy this week. Straight up Voodoo. Ezekiel Elliott, 2 points. Jared Cook, 2.50. Golden Tate, 2.50 points. My kicker from the New York Jets, 8 points. That's more than all three of them combined.
Damn.
Ezekiel Elliott being in that same category, 8 points. This was some voodoo. And then I lose to a rookie who happened to have one of the best outings of our league as well. I think he's second on the scoring board with just over 100, Trent. So not only did my kicker score than 3 of my starting running backs, receivers, and my flex, a rookie beat me, into week 1. But it's a long season.
It's like right here.
It's a long season. We'll see. We'll see where it ends up. I will see him again. Actually, so.
But you're not planning on benching.
Oh, Ezekiel Elliott's not gonna get benched. No. I mean, time and time again, when he has a bad game, follows it up with a great game. It happened last year. Happened in his college years. I'm sure it happened sometime in his high school years as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the only thing that has me concerned right now is just my tight end. But we'll see how Jared Cook does this week, with Derek Carr under center again. But other than that, my team does look like it's to a hot start up against your team, Alex. We're up against each other this week. So I got 26.60 points. Sammy Watkins.
Yeah.
Sammy Watkins.
Yo, that's what I was saying. Like, I saw my points and I was like, oh, that's good. And then I look at your points and I'm like, what happened?
No, I mean, look,
I feel like we both had a pretty good week.
Pretty much defenses, despite letting the 49ers score 39 points on them, my Rams defense was still able to get me 4 points out of there. with 4 sacks, 1 interception, and 1 fumble. So I mean that's the only pretty much difference because you're at 2140. My Sammy Watkins is at 2260, and that was your flex guy, Carlos Hyde. I can't believe he's your flex. Why isn't he your starter? But I mean, we'll see what this week goes. Let's see if another rookie beats me this week.
Wait, I'm sorry. What does that mean? What is that? Flex? What do you mean?
That means it's like your extra running back or your extra tight end or your extra receiver that you have, other than your 2 starting and your 1 tight end starting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
okay, I feel you.
So yeah, you get to choose.
I was like, wait, what are you talking about?
Nah, my bad. But I mean, shoot, Voodoo definitely got me this week. Even down to Aaron Rodgers, it wasn't until the 4th quarter where he woke up and he still only ended up with 18 points. Something as Aaron Rodgers, I expect a 25 point outing from you.
Yeah.
But even that couldn't save me against Trent's monstrous week last week. But man, we'll see how you and I think beginners luck, but we'll see where you can never tell with these draft leagues. Mm-hmm. 1 year you're on top, 1 year you're on bottom.
I mean, yeah, we'll see where our fantasy week 3 goes.
I'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for this week.
So am I.
Speaking of being excited this week, I'm excited to watch the Cowboys. See how they turn around last week's unfortunate events.
Those Cowboys, man, they definitely did. Definitely did surprise. Well, surprise some of you over here. I said it. I said it. If the Broncos can control that run game, they're gonna have a good chance to win against that defense.
Yeah, but did you expect it to be like that though? That was something else.
I did expect for the Cowboys to score a little earlier.
Yo, they all look so hurt.
More, but I did expect more than 17 points as well.
Yeah.
Because all last year when they fell behind, they still managed to come back. Why? Because they all fought to the very end. The thing with that was, I don't know, man. It was Ezekiel Elliott. He's a young pup still in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And he wasn't the only one out there that they gave up. Yeah. Eventually, but the Cowboys definitely it was definitely an off game.
Did Prescott get an interception?
I think Prescott got his first pick 6. Do you know what that is?
No, I have no idea.
So basically, a pick 6 means when they intercept the ball,
mm-hmm.
Sending them pick, and they run it back for a touchdown for 6 points. Pick 6.
Oh damn!
So he got his very first one of his career this time.
Oh damn!
But I don't blame him. He was trying to force something in there, to his guy Des Bryant, but and it just didn't work out for him. I mean, like a lot of other things weren't working out for them. The Cowboys defense was definitely the main problem this game. The main problem. Their corners fell out, but the corners don't make the entire team. You still got the running game is where the Cowboys lost. Their defense couldn't handle the running game. C.J. Anderson went all over them. How many points did he score in fantasy? 27 fantasy points? Are you kidding me? And then Trevor Siemian looking like a Peyton Manning out there scoring 4 touchdown passes. That was the only reason. The only reason he looked like an all-star, like a Super Bowl winning quarterback, Mr. Trevor Siemian, is because they developed the running game. They just hit him in the mouth every single play with the running game. And you know what that did? That brought the defense down, and Trevor Siemian was like, oh, I'm playing against these rookies over here. Boom. Why? Because all the corners were injured. Mm-hmm. There was only two corners left that were healthy out of all 5 or 6. I don't know how many they had.
So that's what you feel it was. You don't feel...
And then with that being said, the offense, the great defense, of the Broncos... They were at 100%.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm ready to go out there, coach. They were at 100% by the time, the Cowboys offense came out. And then the momentum was at home. They're playing at home. So, there's, some of these guys are still young. And I'm sure they felt a bit overwhelmed in Mile High in Denver. Mm-hmm. And adding all that up.
A Mile High?
Adding all that up. Be how great the Denver Broncos defense is, and then able to rest that much that they did because the Denver offense just drove the ball for minutes and minutes and minutes at a time.
Mm-hmm.
I think they even took up. They started the quarter and they gave the ball back with like 5 minutes left to score one touchdown, and then the Cowboys give the ball right back and 4 and out. Like, it was definitely not the Cowboys' playground to play with in that day. So
what do you think? Do you think
did they bounce back this week against the Cardinals?
Will they bounce back?
Most definitely they bounce back. The Cardinals, they don't look like the same Cardinals they did a couple of years ago when they were in the was it the NFC Championship? I'm not sure, but they just don't. I think they have a okay defense, but the Cowboys' offense should bounce back from the horrible performance they had last week. They should bounce back, and they should be able to come out with a W on this one.
And what do you think about Denver?
Denver?
Yeah.
Denver is one of the elite teams if they can keep pounding the ball like that.
Like the way they do.
And if Trevor Siemian, just game manages, makes the right throw, does the check down, throws the ball away when he needs to. But he doesn't really need to do any of that. They keep having games like last week. But then again, not everybody's run game is going to be like the Cowboys defense.
Yeah.
Which was sucky.
Yeah, I feel that. So, we got some news.
We got some big news today.
Just
in today. Just in today. It's crazy. This is some big movement.
This is big? Okay. Carmelo Anthony trade. Explain. What happens here?
So what happens here is the West just became the West on steroids to what it's been the last couple of years. OKC is back on the map as to when Kevin Durant was there.
Okay.
They're right up there. I believe this OKC team now with Russell Westbrook, MVP, Paul George, elite A+ player. He can defend, he can shoot. And then Carmelo Anthony, 3-time Olympic champion. Not only that, he played with was it Paul George last year in the 2016 Olympic Games. Another Olympic champion.
Okay.
And then in 2012, he played with Russell Westbrook, another Olympic champion. So these guys not only got some chemistry going, these guys have played the best in the world and beaten the best in the world. Now, you can argue the NBA is the best, so anything outside of that's pretty much non-competitive. But, when you don't have a LeBron or one of those type of players play on your team, it got kind of close last year in the Olympics. But besides that, with that being said, you got 3 Olympic players on one team in the West. I do not see how they can be a threat to the Golden State. I don't understand because people like to give Carmelo a lot of heat over the last couple of years. Like not haters, but just people who just don't think he's elite.
Yeah. Okay.
But what motivation can you have when you got your president giving you all the drama he gives you? The president of for New York Knicks, I'm sorry, which was Phil Jackson over these last couple of years, and in the disasters of an organization they don't have a championship ever. I don't even know why he went there or stayed there. In fact, when he signed that new deal, but he's out now. He's with OKC. OKC makes some big moves this offseason. Paul George, MVP, Carmelo Anthony. If Steven Adams is a great center, and Andre Robinson, if he could just hold his own, this team is going to go far. And this team, I put them above my Spurs right now for sure.
So they're a force to be reckoned with.
A force to be reckoned with. The thing that most likely, on paper, what it looks like from what these boys have been able to do at their own organizations, Paul George in Indiana, Carmelo, and not so much success, but what he has done before and how the type of player he is, and and you got Russell Westbrook already established himself as probably the best point guard in the league. He's an assassin out there. He's crazy. So those combination of those players, I just don't see how they can't give Golden State a run for the money again.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook has had it there. Paul George has been to the Eastern Conference Final against LeBron James not once but twice. Lost, of course. Russell Westbrook has been to the finals not one time. He's been to the Western Conference Finals a couple times. They got the mentality they need in their careers. They're at the peak of their careers. Maybe not so much Carmelo. It's gonna be very, very interesting to see what they stir up out there in the West.
I mean, it seems interesting. We'll see. I do have a quick question though. So Carmelo traded from the Knicks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what happened? What do you think is happening to the Knicks?
The Knicks.
Do you have any theories about that, or is that even like a question to ask? Or anything?
Well, it kind of is. So they're not left dead in the waters.
Mm-hmm.
They got a little light coming out of them with Kristaps Porzingis.
Mm-hmm.
Big center, drafted him a couple years ago. Big time player, franchise player. They believe so, which is why they're winning the trade Carmelo Anthony. Because Carmelo was their franchise player.
Okay.
But that didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
They brought Kristaps in. Kristaps still developing. Carmelo doesn't want to wait for him to develop. So Carmelo wanted that trade. What happens in New York? New York's rebuilding. Okay. That's what's happening with the Knicks. They're rebuilding, not for complete new because they have Kristaps, but from scratch. But because they have Kristaps Porzingis, which I feel he will be a good player. They just need to play their cards right with the drafts, and then maybe they'll get lucky in free agency again next year or the following.
Okay, I see. Where do you rank OKC?
OKC number 2. Number 2 in the West, number 2 in the league right now.
Number 2 in the league.
Number 2 in the league, number 2 in the West. I rank the Cavs right there number 3 because of their trade, the big trade that they had with the. I feel they won that trade that they had with the Boston Celtics, especially if Isaiah Thomas can get healthy again. As the combination of Isaiah Thomas and Derrick Rose, I feel that'll definitely compensate for Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot to talk about.
Yeah, that was a lot to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we did it in a short time, but
Yeah.
That was a lot to talk about.
Yep. Cool. So, that was our podcast.
Yeah. We'll see you again next week then.
Yep. All right. We'll see you again next week. You can go ahead and check us out. We are in the kitchen. That is
at 1_TH3_kitchen.
Killed it. All right, cool. See you next week. Peace.